Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm King Sway, and welcome back to Kingsway Entertainment. Today, we're continuing my little game journey, and we're going to be playing Fallout 4. As you can see, it says continue. I have played this game before, but I've only ever done one playthrough, and it's been a very long time since I've actually played this. So, as you can see, hiccups. We're going to jump into this, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm only going to do
War.
I might only show the main quest line, but I'll play in my
War
off
never
time
changes.
and level up, and then from there,
In the year 1945,
like I'll show you guys
my
me just doing the
great-great-grandfather,
main quests
serving in the army,
because it's a
wondered
Bethesda
when he'd
game.
get to
It's
go
like
home to his
I
wife
was going to say Dragonborn. It's like
and the
Skyrim,
son he'd never
and
seen.
you can get lost into a lot of side quests,
He got
especially
his
when you're
wish
doing exploration.
when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power.
The
People
world of
enjoyed
tomorrow,
luxuries once thought the
today.
home of science fiction.
Mr.
Domestic
Henry.
robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource.
I guess that's going to be Poseidon
The
Energy.
entire world unraveled.
The Chinese.
Became a distant memory. It is now
Where the handles
year
are, that's
2077.
T51 armor.
Total war.
T51 or T60, I don't
I'm
remember.
afraid.
But where the handles are on the chest plates, that's where it's
myself.
different. The one handle thing on the
For my
top,
wife,
that's T45.
for my infant son.
No handles, I think
Because
it's
of my time in the
T51,
army taught me
and
one
then
thing.
the handles on the side, I think are T60. And then you got
Instead of war,
the X-10 or
war
01
never
rather.
changes.
That's the X armor is usually what they show on a lot of things. The Enclave used them a lot. But I know the T45 is what the
War never changes.
the Brotherhood of Steel uses.
Tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
Jump cut. So, actually, what I'm thinking of doing is a video that details how the visual aesthetic of Fallout
Hey, hon.
doesn't make any
I'm
sense
hurrying up.
considering
Don't worry.
what's been going on in Fallout. Uh, in the world of Fallout, you don't see any car. I mean, you see cars, but none of them are working. Everybody walks everywhere. They take Brahmin as pack mules, and it doesn't make any sense because you've got people that can
Sean will grow up.
operate and maintain power armor casually. There's a group called the Atom Cats who spiff up power armor like it's revving up a car, or not revving up, but it's like fixing a car, like gearheads. You have the Brotherhood of Steel, who is a militaristic faction that basically hoards technology. You also have the Gunners, who are a merc group that use power armor, and then you have Raiders who use power. You have to excuse me, kind of wee hours in the morning as I'm playing this and editing and everything.
Nuka-Cola, ice cold.
But like I was saying, Raiders even have power armor, and they know how to operate and somewhat maintain them. But nobody knows how to fix a car.
You know, I was nervous at first, but Codsworth's really good with Sean.
So, I know my gameplay videos don't get much in the way of viewership. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing an original video on this channel talking about how Fallout doesn't make the visual aesthetic of Fallout doesn't make any sense if you follow the lore, because as I pointed out, the
Probably that salesman. He comes for you every day.
the cars. There's no cars. There are no mechanics, but you still have doctors.
Good morning.
Like
Vault-Tec calling.
every building is run down. I feel sorry for this guy. Every building is run down, which after 200 years,
You, sir, and helping secure your future. You see, Vault-Tec
nobody
is a
learned to
foremost
fix anything.
of state-of-the-art underground fallout shelters. Vaults, if you will. Luxury accommodations where you can wait out the horrors of nuclear devastation. You can't begin to know how happy
The
I am
settlements,
to finally speak
like
with you.
stuff would be like its own
I've been
city-state.
trying for days.
Everything in there will be
Utmost urgency, I assure you.
as good as can be, like Diamond City or Good Neighbor or something like that. But
Oh, me too. You have no idea.
if it was in a constant state of neglect, I could see how things aren't going to get up and running. And what I mean by that are subways. It takes a lot to get a point of cooperation and coordination to like dig out a subway tunnel and then even get it operational. So everybody would really be focusing on like topside things, like their houses and whatnot. But people still know how to get electricity and things to their settlements. Again, I'll point out Good Neighbor in Diamond City. So they have ways of power generation.
Minus your robot, naturally.
So
In fact, you're already cleared for entrance. It's just a matter of verifying some information.
Raider, like
Don't want
with
there to
that,
be
like
any holdups in the
they
unforeseen
again the
event of
aesthetic
total
doesn't
atomic
feel like it would fit.
annihilation.
Even in the settlements,
But a moment.
everything's looking run down. Like no, not after 200 years, and especially not if you have power
Oh,
and
it
things
has
of that,
all
and
the amenities
knowledge,
of a
because
modern
knowledge will be
home, I
passed
assure
down.
you. Not to mention
And
total
that
protection
just cycles
from
back to the fact that
radiation
people
and
can keep
hostile
up power
winds.
armor.
A
If you
better
can keep up power
future
armor, somebody knows how to be a carpenter.
It's not only our mission, it's our
Somebody knows
passion.
basic construction, like like
Sure, let's do it.
and
Splendid.
the point of medicine.
Splendid. Now, let's see.
People would be raiding hospitals, like for hospitals and colleges for books, and libraries for books. And possibly the most educated individuals in the Fallout world would be the Vault Dwellers, because they have pristine they're the people that they weren't affected by the bomb, so they would still probably have an education system. Like, I say probably, but if I've played 3, I've played 4. Those are the only 2 I've played. So, and even then, you see education systems in vaults. So people are getting taught things. So things will be passed down. So the Vault Dwellers might be the more educated individuals in the world. But Vault Dwellers like to leave. So they'd go out in the world and they'd probably be able to teach people about the things that they know. that, and if the people of the outside world who still existed, knowledge will still be passed down. Somebody's got to be curious, and people are still passing down how to read and write, because even in this age, people are leaving notes and things, and people know how to hack terminals and things to that manner. So yeah, like, I feel as though, with that being said, the only rundown things would be the things that people aren't taking care of, and that would be outside of their settlements. If people wanted to explore, or not explore, expand, there will be a task force done to clear an area out and occupy that new area, and then a construction crew comes in with materials to, well, expand the settlement, because there would be probably be a mass of materials to use. You just knock a building down and you take what you want from an existing building, but that makes me feel like things would, in the city-state things would go and be like the Old West. Like, as you're expanding, it's like you're starting over again and you're expanding out, but not for too long, because there's always points of technology being expanded on, and that actually points to
I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit.
the robot designs. No one's designing new robots.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
No one knows how to do that, but we know how to keep up power armor.
Codsworth, what's wrong?
So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it. As it's a game franchise, you gotta keep certain looks, like the Mr. Handys and whatnot, and the Protectrons and the Assaultrons, and the power armor. I get that. Like, I wholly, fully, genuinely do. But realistically, things would have evolved past what they actually look like in Fallout. You would have dungeon areas, because feral ghouls are out there, super mutants are out there, other mutant monstrosities are out there, like rad scorpions and mutated mole rats and things to that degree. And in Fallout 3, you had centaurs, messed up. In this one, you have mute hounds, and I don't know what I'd rather do with the mute hounds or the centaurs, because the centaurs were messed up people mutations that spit like acid and things at you. As I'm talking about vertebrates and whatnot, you see one fly through the air.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant.
Again, yeah, this dude's armed with a minigun. Those look like T-40. No, those are T-60s.
What's gonna happen to all those people outside?
T-60 chest plates. Let me correct that. I can tell what the chest plating is, but you can mix and match armor pieces if you have them.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too. Oh my god!
So yeah, there would be a lack of a unified government. Like I said, it will go back more than likely to a city-state. But in things being a city-state,
We did it. We made it.
do you have a democratic type government, or like, okay, there's a mayor of Diamond City and he's the mayor? How long was it? I don't remember ever stating how long he was the mayor. I don't want to give too much away for those who haven't played the game, but yeah. the mayor, and I say that in quotation marks, a good neighbor, he isn't doing things democratically. He's doing things in a more dictator type fashion. But he tries to have the well-being of the people in mind, especially because he decides to wander out with you. You can get the mayor good neighbor as a companion.
See? This is our new home.
Vault-Tec are dicks.
This is one of our most advanced facilities. Not that the others aren't great, mind you. It's gone. Our home. Everything we had.
My mother and father down in D.C.
How long do you think we'll be down here?
Oh, we'll be going
forever.
over orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through first.
The vault suit is designed to be fashionable as well as comfortable.
Prepared for the future, right?
Excuse me.
Just step into the chamber.
It'll be okay. Daddy's right here. See? Honey.
I like that point with the ring on the finger. I still wear my wedding ring.
God will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just relax.
Time for a whole new life.
Resident secure. Occupant vitals normal. Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Decontamination my ass. With the actual video that I want to make, I'll actually have bullet points, PowerPoints, however you want to put it, to illustrate points. But yeah, like I said, city states, how they would actually be pretty neat and contained. They wouldn't be run down. A small settlement might, because you might not have access to the things that a larger settlement would. So you might have a village type settlement out of existing houses, or somebody might be brick and boarding it up. I don't recommend brick and boarding it up. I do recommend trying to get back on a power grid, because you can get a generator. And that's actually part of the game. You can build a generator, and one of them is a wind generator. If you can build wind generators here, like, yeah, the old windmills. You can use windmills as a point of energy generation. Build a wind farm and have power that way. But yeah, there's a lot of things that don't make sense, and I say that it's I don't think I ever talked about AOL chat-based roleplay. It's text. It was via text. You write your character, what your character's doing in detail, and things of that degree. That's actually one of the ways I got into writing. But one of the things I liked to roleplay was Star Wars. But I had a different approach to how Star Wars was. I took things that were actually in Star Wars and used them in a different fashion. And because I was using things in a different fashion, people got messed up. People got butthurt at me. See, it's obvious you can use telekinesis in Star Wars. It's called Force Weapon now. But what I did before they called it Force Weapon was I wrapped 2 solid blades in telekinetic energy. and that's how I fought lightsabers and lasers and stuff.
Malfunction in cryopod manual release.
What happened with that was I would also use my force powers to turn your lightsaber off. You can't turn off a solid blade. So while I turn your lightsaber off, using like force crush around the hilt to forcibly push the button in to turn it off. As soon as your blade would go off, I cut your head off. And people got mad at that, like, no, you can't turn my saber off and things like that. It's already in the universe. It's tactics that weren't thought about. Like how the original lightsabers had cords connected to a power pack. And during fights, what they would do is try to cut your cord. Yeah, I know. I'm a nerd. I do, which is funny because I just gave you guys lore on something, but I've never actually done a lore video. But well, not my own lore video. Let me correct that. I've done lore videos, especially for Elden Ring, and I love Elden Ring. I think after I played this game, because I was debating on this one or Vampire, I might play Elden Ring. But I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to cheat on that. The way I'm going to cheat is I have a character who I beat the game with once on a New Game Plus playthrough. But I haven't touched a game in months. And I've said that playing Resident Evil 8. Before that, I haven't really touched any video games in a while. So I got to get back in my gamer mode. But I'm going to take everything off of my existing character and hand it to my son, and then have my son hand it to my new character, so I can run around with plus 10 stuff. It'll make the game easier. I earned it. It's mine. I don't really look at computers like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not much on the lore. For my own playthroughs, I'm not much on the lore. But I don't mind, as you guys have seen, I don't mind watching a lore video, because as long as someone else is doing the work, I'm alright with it. But on the point of advancements, I know there's the Enclave in the Capital Wastes. So again, like I said, wee hours in the morning. The Enclave, you got the Brotherhood of Steel, and in this you have the Institute. The Brotherhood of Steel, I doubt they'd really be up for making a massive innovations and advancing in technology, whereas they would try to continue the status quo. But the Enclave and the Institute, well, I think they would be more so into advancing technologies, which is something again, that it doesn't make sense, because in the game, the Institute has their own energy weapons, because they stay to themselves. So you got laser pistols and you got Institute laser pistols. Laser rifles and the Institute laser rifles. The Institute stuff is actually weaker than what you get when dealing with these people, when dealing with the regular stuff out in the regular Fallout world. And that doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. A bunch of eggheads didn't have the ability to analyze technology coming from the top side and like, oh, well, ours doesn't match. Let's fix the output ratio. Doesn't sit right with me. I mean, it just doesn't. It doesn't sit right with me because I'm like, oh boy, bonk, big bonk, big bonk.
What happened here? Where is everyone?
So, as I said, I'll be skipping around, and what I mean by that is I will be playing on the side, and I won't do any. I'll be doing side missions, but I won't do any of this. Take that, bitch. I won't be doing the main missions. On my own. I'll do that, and that's what I'll share with you guys. But for those of you that have been listening, what do you think of my idea about doing the original video? Fallout wouldn't look like this. Fallout's visual aesthetic doesn't match the lore.
Is this all that's left?
I don't have a title for it, but ooh, gun, and I just knocked that shit over. But yeah, like the cryo butt cheek, booty butt cheeks rocking everywhere. Cryolator. I'm gonna come back for that. I'm gonna definitely come back for that. But as I was saying, what do you guys think about that? Should I do it? I don't know how many views I'm gonna get on it, but yeah, that's something I actually have to. I'm gonna work hard on. It'll be the first original video on this channel, original creation video. It won't just be like the video, this gaming video that I'm doing now. It'll be
Nice.
like when I do the Kuro stuff, the Ink Tank, how they and everything, how they do their own original stuff. How I'll be doing mine. It's an exciting thing to think about, but it's also actually kind of scary.
Terminal's gotta be somewhere.
For me, because it's, you're dipping your toes into uncharted waters, and like I said, I know my video game videos don't get that many views, but I was wondering if I'd get any views at all trying to do a video like that. As a YouTuber, I'm wondering if how should I say this? It's something new and it's scary, and I'm wondering if it would actually be appreciated. And I'm not too big of an individual to admit to that. So something like that scares me, and I fear failure. Now, what I'm doing now is obviously conservation of ammunition. I'm pretty sure I said it while playing Resident Evil 8. The original, for those of you that watched, you saw I had infinite ammo. I obviously had to beat the game and everything the first time to get all this infinite ammo. But the first time I played, I didn't. Obviously I didn't have infinite ammo. So what I did was ammo conservation, and the way I did that is I stabbed everything. My son, I don't know if I talked about that, but my son was like, "How do you have all this ammunition? I didn't have this ammunition when I was like at that point." And I'm like, "I don't know. I just do." As I'm shanking a werewolf in the face with my knife. He was like, "Is that what you've been doing? You just shaking everything?" I'm like, "Yeah." Block, dodge, stab him in the face. Block, dodge, stab him in the face. Strafe around, stab him in the face. And that way I kill you. I did that for one-on-one fights, or if I could get you separated from the group, because the vampires and the werewolves the werewolves especially, like they could move fast and chomp on you, but the vampires, they moved a little slower. So separating them, was a little harder. So everybody moved at a lurching speed, like was like the Walking Dead zombies. Time to cuff this to my arm. Oh yeah, the latch. Data. See, the Pip-Boy is like the only thing I can honestly see not evolving. Because the vaults, they're pretty, if you've watched, if you played this game or you know anything about the vaults usually stay in pretty pristine shape. So they don't have a reason to continually evolve that part of their technology. So because they don't have a reason to evolve that part in the vaults, they would still need older Pip-Boys. So that is the only thing I see not needing to evolve. So you're still using I don't want to say antiquated technology, but old. I will say old. I mean, I know they're very similar in what I mean, but when I say antiquated, I mean outdated tech. So the vaults not upgrading that part of their systems would be pretty much the only reason why Pip-Boys wouldn't have evolved. So you're constantly using old technology and not anything new. Because that requires a big ass overhaul. You've got to get something uniform for every vault, and not every vault will be like, oh sure, yeah, we're going to overhaul this entire system that we've had for centuries and make it compatible. I guess what you could do is upgrade the Pip-Boy on an individual level, but keep some of the subroutines and programs in there and have that compatible with new software. But that begs the question, who's writing programs like that? Like, again, you have hacking, you have hackers, but that will go into the point of cybersecurity and things of that degree. And they have satellites, but do they have sat phones? And they don't have the internet. Fuck you, Birdie. I do that because I know birds are working for the Institute. And yes, I said it. The birds are working for the Institute. I can prove it. Watch Oxhorn. I'm that guy that doesn't go straight to the main quest. I'm not gonna lie. Because I want to explore and I want to level up, because I want to be overpowered. So the first couple episodes are going to be me exploring, trying to figure things out before I get to the big first quest. Maybe I'll cut that stuff out. I don't know, but we'll get to it. We'll get to talking to the Preston and whatnot. But after that, like, yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna like jump cut. What are you? Are you a mole rat? You look like a mole rat. And I bust caps, mole ratty. Yep, you're a mole rat. Little motherfucker with underground. Bonk. In this world of bonk. Screw you, hippie. Anybody else? Oh, I missed. Oh, crap. We brought a friend. Damn. Pop goes his head. Is that everybody? No. You bitch. Gotcha. More? What the hell? So, for the most part, I think this game scales with you. And since we're level 1, and I'm making an RPG reference, you know, like, something breathing on us can kill us. I have noticed a difference in sound quality in some of my videos, so I do apologize for that, and I will be doing what I can to try and fix that. When I'm doing reaction videos, the video what my voice sounds like comes out pretty good, but it's the video I'm reacting to, the sound quality hasn't been pretty good. I still have the same rig I've been using for about a year or two, so I gotta see what's been going on. But then again, like I said, I've been using the same rig for like a year or two. Die, you ugly float sucking. But so it might be time for maintenance. So don't drink the I was about to start saying Dave Matthews Band. Don't drink the water. There's actually a video I want to react to. I don't remember the guy's name. He says that the very first, like, not the very first mission, but the mission where you're helping Preston Garvey, when you get the power armor, it makes everything trivial. I agree with that, but I don't. And the reason for that is power armor can make a lot of things trivial. It's a massive damage reduction, but unless you start taking perks to, not those kind of perks, y'all, to help with the slowing down and making the power management, output management easier for a power core, a fusion core burns out too quick. So unless you somehow got a stockpile of them early on in the game, it's not going to be a big thing. It's not going to be a big deal. So yeah, but yeah, I am going to say, agree with him that power armor, if you keep it up, and especially if it's maxed out and it's top of the line, like you tricked out your power armor, it does make things kind of trivial. Because on my original playthrough, I was hunting Deathclaws in my power armor. I would never do that outside of it because it's scary. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. Like, the little things getting washed away. Didn't mean to do that. Because you're vulnerable. You don't have that level of protection. So, it's certain things you can do in power armor. It gives you a bolder sense of confidence that you wouldn't have otherwise. Because if I can help it, I'm not fighting a Deathclaw without some power armor. That just seems stupid. But like I said, at the end of my first playthrough, I was hunting Deathclaws just for the experience. We can see Sanctuary Hills over there. I'm still not going there. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it here because we've been playing for a while. My next episode, we're going to continue, and we might actually go to Sanctuary Hills and start doing some of the main story plot, you know, just to get things going, because I'm gonna need some kind of armor and weapons in a spot to post up at. So, thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe button, and hit the bell. As I've been saying lately, I do have an erratic uploading schedule. Whereas I know earlier in my YouTube career, I was posting pretty regularly during the weekdays, Monday to Friday. But now I had a day job then. I got a night job now. Plus getting the kids up for school and everything, you know, that does factor into things. So I get them out when I get them out. I do have an erratic posting schedule. I try to post at least one video every week. But what I do now is I put out, I'm like Netflix. And what I mean by that is, you know how Netflix puts out an entire season and it's like, hey, you guys, here you guys go. Now I put out a week's worth of content in a couple days, and then I try to keep it like that. Like in 2 days, I put out like a week's worth of content, and you guys figure out what you want to do with it. So that's what I'm kind of doing now. I'm kind of like Netflix, and we chilling. So yeah, yeah, I made that Netflix and chill deal. But down in the description below will be links to my merch shop and links to the books that I have published. Also, it will be linked to my Patreon. It is NSFW. I'm going to have a variety of things on there. If you would consider helping the channel out and consider being a sponsor, that'd be great. If you do consider being a sponsor for Patreon, we at Sway Household, we thank you. And I will put your name in the rolling credits that I have at the end of the video. Just so everybody knows how, I was going to say how fucking cool you are. So, but yeah, I can do that. My channel. So everybody knows how fucking cool you are. Ghouls. I'm going to, oh no. Okay, not yet. But in the meantime, between time, I know you can't see me, but I'm always with these peace signs. I'm King Sway. And I want to thank you for hanging with me. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace, baby.